Welcome everyone to Gentle Yoga. This is Leo Bray. This is my partner Yanni. Here on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center in Palm Springs. Visit us online at urbanyoga.org or Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center on Facebook to check the schedule of daily offerings in different locations on different media. Stop by the tip jar to make contributions. And for the YouTubers watching this later, subscribe to the YouTube channel for us, please. Let's start out today on our back. You can lie down on your back and put the soles of your feet together, or if you'd rather put your feet together and then lie down on your back, either is okay. Start out like this, in this common grounding posture with some nice opening in the hips. You can put blocks under your knees if you like to support the weight of your legs. If it's not comfortable to have your feet and legs arranged like this, rest the soles of your feet on the floor and let your knees lean in towards each other. Do that instead. You can rest your hands on the ground or on your body as you like. And there's another yogi in the waiting room that I need to let in to join us. Once you settle into your comfortable stillness, bring your attention to your breath. So let it slow down and get deeper. Taking in the movements of your breath, the sensations that come with those movements. Take in whatever is touching upon your senses. What's going on near you and around you, which includes the sounds going on around us as they filter through to you from this microphone in my ear, across all the kilometers and out your speakers. Whatever arises, external stimuli or internal sensation, is something else to be integrated into practice. Turn inward again and scan your body, take in whatever sensations are present. Taking particular notice of anything that doesn't feel so good, if there's any stiffness or soreness present. Making note of it now can help you remember during practice that you're always welcome to skip or modify whatever you might need to find the practice that suits you best today. And if in addition to that shared intention, you wish to add a personal intention to your own practice today, you can do that now. And with our intentions in place, let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth with a sigh. If you have your feet together and your knees out like we do, bring your hands to the outsides of your knees. Let your arms do most of the work. Lift your knees towards each other so the soles of your feet rest on the floor. If you had blocks there under your knees, you can move the blocks out of the way, up past your head someplace. And we're going to focus today on a lot of core strengthening stuff. But before we get to the first core strengthening sequence, just gentle and energizing twist. Cross your left ankle above your right knee. Reach your arms out to the sides. Feel your shoulder blades press to the ground. Keep your shoulders grounded. Let your legs go over to the right and turn your head to the left. And just let your breath wring you out. You don't have to push your legs down. Just let gravity and breath take them where they need to go. Bring everything back up to center. Cross your legs the other way. And let's twist the other way. Back to center. Uncross your legs. And reach your legs up. Reach the soles of your feet towards the sky. Now we're going to keep our legs up here for a while. If at any point you need to, you can bring your hands to your legs and let your arms support your legs. You'll still be working on your core, but no need to strain anything. So listen to your body. To make it more challenging, keep your hands on the floor, but don't hurt yourself. Roll your right foot in circles. Open your ankle. We're always doing more than one thing at a time. So we're strengthening the lower abdomen here, but we're opening the ankle. Change direction with those circles. Left foot, slow, gentle circles. Change direction. Slowly lower your right leg all the way down. Press your calf and your heel to the floor. Slowly raise your right leg again. Slowly lower your left leg down. See how slow you can go, keeping the movement constant. Raise it again. Now we're going to move both legs at a time. Lower the right one. And as you raise it, lower the left one. Oh, yeah. That is a big difference in how that feels in the lower belly when you move both at the same time, working both sides of those abdominal muscles. Maybe once more for each leg. And raise them both again. Draw your knees towards your chest and hug your knees. Oh, that feels good on those abdominals. Rock side to side or roll in circles. Massage your back against the floor. Reach your legs up again. Same deal, you can always use your arms to support your legs. Move your feet apart to whatever degree feels okay in your body. And then move them back together again. And just open and close a few times at your pace, playing with the edge of your comfort zone. Getting out from beyond those lower abdominals into the outer hips now. Core is not just about the abs, the stuff in front, it's about the sides, it's about the back. Picture like a wide belt that makes up your core. And let's draw the knees in again. We'll start to sit up. You can rock front to back or tip to one side and press your hands to the floor. Maybe play at the top, pausing at the top of the rocking movement. If that's core engagement, to balance like that for a moment. And we'll all meet sitting up. Whew, maybe pausing for a drink. Get comfortable. You don't have to sit exactly as I sit. Just sit so that you're comfortable. Sit up tall and feel your contact with the ground. And pardon me while I correct something on the screen here. When I let the last person in, I didn't close my participants window. There was this big black box obscuring a portion of each of your videos. That's no good. Now I can see you all more fully. Reach your arms out to the sides, rest your fingertips on the floor. Inhale, reach your right arm up alongside your ear. Exhale, reach to your left. Let your head be wherever your neck is comfortable. Keep both sides of your seat on the ground. Feel for length from your hip up through your fingertips. Inhale to come upright. As you exhale, come into a twist. Left hand to your right leg, right hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, invite your body to twist some more. Work your way up from the waist. Seeing with each exhale if there's a little further to go. Just finding how much feels like enough. Let yourself unwind, come back to center. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Exhale, reach to your right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come into your other seated twist. Inhale, find the length. Exhale, explore the twist. And let yourself unwind, come back to center. Rest your hands on your knees. Inhale, bring your heart forward, let your head sit back. Exhale, bring your heart back, let your head tip forward. And just follow the pace of your breath. Keep going with the seated cow pose and cat pose. Using the whole inhale to come forward and the whole exhale to go back. Maybe the movements are getting bigger and the breaths are getting longer. And to bring in a wider range of muscles, let's bring a circular aspect into this. As you come forward, go to one side. And as you go back, go to the other. It doesn't matter which is which, because we're going to switch after a few. Inhaling forward still, and exhaling back. Just changing the shape of the movement. After your next exhale, change direction. And after the next exhale, sit up tall again. Let's come up onto our hands and knees. You can shift forward or shift to the side, whatever works better for you. Square things off so your hips are above your knees, your shoulders are above your wrists. If that's too much on your wrists, bring your hands further forward. Reach back and press into the ball of your right foot. With the next inhale, reach your left arm forward. You could stay there if you want to go further. Pick your right foot up, reach straight back. And exhale, draw your knee towards your elbow, round your back. upwards. Inhale, extend your limbs. Let's do it 3 more times. Exhale, contracting, inhale, lengthen. The air wants to go out as you contract and wants to come in as you expand. And bend that knee, reach that hand back. If you can grab your foot, ankle or pant leg, go for it. Kick against your hand, lift your knee and chin. And if you can't get the bind, it's okay. You could still bend your knee, you could still reach back. Release, lower down. Take a few traditional cow and cat breaths here. Bigger movement than the seated variation. After your next exhale, come back to table, reach back and press into the ball of your left foot. With an inhale, reach your right arm forward. If you want, on the next inhale, pick your left foot up, reach straight back. And exhale, draw your knee towards your elbow. Inhale, extend out. 3 more times. And then bend your knee and reach back and see about that bind. Core work to stay balanced like this on fewer points of contact, half as much foundation supporting you. Release, lower down, and take those cow-cat breaths again. And let's start to stand. You could put blocks under your hands here to ease this transition if you like. Step your right foot up between your hands. Step your left foot up next to your right. And hang out in forward fold, exploring movement, swaying back and forth. Arms and head heavy, reaching down towards the ground. Bend one leg and the other as you sway back and forth. Shake your head no. Slowly and gently. And nod your head yes. Inhale, lift up halfway and raise your arms out to the side parallel to the floor. Is that some extra core work there? Exhale, relax down. We'll do that on every half lift. Inhale all the way up, hands overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Let your hands down at your side. Raise your right shoulder towards your ear. Shift it back and let it down. And then your left shoulder up, back, down. Inhale, reach out to the side. As you exhale, you can reach for your shoulder blades and hug yourself, or take eagle arms if that's in your practice. If you're in eagle, move your elbows and your hands forward and up. Inhale, open your arms. As you exhale, cross the other way. Inhale, open up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, out and up. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms up, excuse me, and reach your palms up. And look up at your hands, lift up your heart. Your hips can drift forward if your back feels ready for that. Take a deeper bending back. Inhale to come upright. Exhale to bend to the left. Inhale to come up. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, arms down. So we'll do some sun salutation, and on the half lift, will raise the arms out to the side parallel to the ground for that additional core engagement. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway up, arms wide. Exhale, fold. Step to plank. Taking a few breaths in the first plank like we generally do, finding that good long plank shape, the hips coming down in line with shoulders and knees. Knees can be down anytime we're in plank, if you prefer the shorter plank. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Press into your hands. Inhale, lift your head and chest to whatever height's okay for your lower back. Exhale, rock back and up to downward facing dog and pedal your feet up and down. Heels getting closer to the floor, finding length throughout the back of your body. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, come to forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, arms out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, half lift, arms up. Exhale, down. Make your way to plank. And when you're ready from your plank, exhaling lower, halfway or all the way, your choice. Inhale to bring your heart forward between your arms. Exhale to rock back and up to downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward, make your way to forward fold. Inhale, half lift, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. And just one more of those. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale, half lift, arms up. Exhale, down. Step back to plank. Exhaling, lower. Inhaling, open your heart. Exhaling, rock back and up. And a little something extra here to add in. Reach your right hand back towards your left leg. Maybe it's your knee, your shin, your ankle, doesn't matter. Reach for whatever you can touch or approach. Maybe you don't touch. Bring the right hand forward, lean into it, reach your left hand back towards your right leg. And bring the left hand forward again. Take 3 cleansing breaths and make your way to child's pose. As always, vary your child's pose any way you like. Make it your own. What does your body need? What kind of child's pose? Scan your body. Observe your breathing. Make yourself in child's pose, forward and up to table. And take your time, make your way back and up from table to down dog. And walk your hands back to your feet. Just a different way to get to forward fold. Mix it up a bit. With soft knees and heavy arms, let your arms swing front to back outside your legs. Ropes. Let the swinging get bigger. Let the weight of your arms pick up momentum. When you have a fuller swing going, you can swing up overhead, sit back to chair pose. Think of releasing down into the ground. You release at the front of your hips and the back of your knees and the front of your ankles. Arms are reaching up, shoulders are relaxed down a little bit away from the ears. Bring your hands to your heart, press them together, press them to your sternum. Keeping your hands centered, keeping your spine nice and long, and keeping your knees lined up just as they are. Take a look at them. Exhale, twist to the right, any amount without losing that alignment. Inhale slowly through center, and exhale, twist to your left. Inhale through center, big exhale, fold. Inhale, roll up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Water break, and we'll play with some more balancing. Maybe we'll be taking a drink after each pose. Very hot here. No problem drinking all 22, 24 ounces of water in an hour. With your hands at your heart, shift your weight from one leg to the other with your feet planted. Pick something at eye level, a fixed point to set your eyes on to help steady yourself. And bring the weight into your left leg without locking that knee. Raise the right knee. Open out to the side. Bring your foot to your leg. Maybe toes on the ground, heel on the ankle. Tree pose could also be sole of the foot on the calf or on the thigh, just never on the knee. And your hands can keep pressing to center or the branches of your tree. Branches of your tree can go anywhere you want. Make sure your tree's getting air. Keep breathing. Sometimes we forget. You can play with movement or aim at being still. Try as many different variations as you like. Start over anytime, of course. Bring your hands back to your heart if they're elsewhere. Pivot your knee forward and let your foot down and shake things down. And grab a drink if you want before we do the other side. Tree on the other leg. Set up the same way. Hands at heart. Set your gaze. Shift back and forth. As many times as you like, then bring the weight into your right leg. Slowly raise your left knee. Open out to the side and bring your foot to your leg. Let your arms find their expression. It might be the same. It might be different. It's all up to you. It's your tree. It's your body. It's your breath. It's your practice. If your hands are elsewhere, bring them back to your heart. Bring your knee forward, and let your foot down, and shake things out. And next we'll explore Warrior 3. And if you want, if you have blocks, you can use blocks for Warrior 3. You can also step over next to the wall or a good steady piece of furniture. But if you want to use blocks, I'll give you a side view on this. You can stand your blocks up on the tall position. The blocks under wrists, under elbows, under shoulders. So you're like a box. And from here, you inhale, raise one leg, reach straight back to the sole of your foot. And depending on how it feels to you, maybe you take one hand off the block, maybe you take the other, maybe you keep them both there or you keep one there. And if you're steady without your hands on the blocks, you can play with reaching back or to the sides or forward. And you can always have one hand on support. The other one can still explore other options. And just keep reaching back and feeling for opening in the front of the hip there, that raised leg. Standing knee stays at least somewhat soft, no locked knees, please. A bouncy, responsive knee is better than a locked knee here. Locked knee restricts circulation too. With an exhale, lower your foot. Inhale, slowly stand and shake things out. I'm going to shift forward. I could feel that raised foot was a little too close to some plants back here. I don't want to hurt any of our green friends. Our landlady is a big plant lover. You should see the rest of the place. When you're ready, come back to whatever support you're starting with. Hand on a chair or wall or hands on blocks. Square off, settle in, ground, and then shift the weight out of that other leg. Inhale, reach it up and back. Imagine you're going to make a footprint back there. Find your arm expression, what works for this side. One side might be a lot stabler than the other. And it can vary day to day, as much as it can vary side to side. You can always let your foot down and pick it up again, start over. Exhale, lower your foot. Inhale, slowly stand and shake it out. Now let's come down and have a seat. We'll have more core strengthening things to do, but we'll do some of them on the ground and give the legs a break. First, some forward folds before we get to the next core targeting sequence. Extend your legs forward and flex your feet back. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, fold down over your legs. On this one, if your knees want to bend, just let them bend. As you inhale, think of the crown of your head reaching forward. And as you exhale, think of lowering down. Resist the urge to grab your legs or feet and use your arms to yank yourself forward. Let the breath do the work. Allow the fold to deepen if there's room to do so. Don't make it do so. Inhaling, walk your hands up your legs and sit up. Bring your feet together like where we started practice today. Leave a big space though between your heels and your pelvis, which maybe you did earlier, maybe you didn't. Doesn't matter now. Reach under your ankles or over your ankles and walk your hands forward on your mat. Let your neck disengage, let your head drop. Breathe into the back of your body, wherever the most sensation is. Slowly walk your hands back and sit up. One more forward fold. Keep your feet together and bring them in as close as you can. Interlace your fingers. Hold your toes between your hands. Wriggle on your seat. Let the bones in your seat draw closer to the floor to tilt your pelvis forward and open the front of your hips. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Fold forward with the long spine. To see how far the long spine will go. And wherever the long spine stops lowering, let your head lower and breathe into your hips. Inhale, slowly sit up. Bring your hands to your knees and lift your knees towards each other. Reach your arms forward alongside your knees. Sit back as far as you can without lifting your feet or tipping over onto your back. Yes, it's time again for the core stuff. Now, like what we did at the beginning when we're on our backs and our legs raised, if you need to here, you can bring your hands to your legs at any time and let your arms help support your legs. And you can also put your feet down at any time and take a break. So find the degree of challenge that works for you. Keep your spine nice and long throughout, arms reaching forward throughout. Well, unless the arms grab the legs, of course. And then not reaching quite as far forward. Anyway, lift your feet a little bit. Keep breathing. Think of the highest that you could lift your feet and go about halfway there. Keep breathing. Somebody knew where we were going. Lift your feet as high as you can. Keep breathing. Yes, some of us have done this before. Lower halfway. Keep breathing. Lower most of the way. Keep breathing. Let your feet down. Bring your hands to the floor back here, outside the mat, behind you. Wiggle your feet out by the edges of that mat. Let your knees go to the right. Turn your head to the left. Knees to the left, head to the right. And then bring your feet in about hip width apart. Hip width can be measured like this, 2 fists next to each other between the tops of the feet, or a yoga block in the middle position. And depending on how many blocks you have, you could leave a block there, or you could take it away. We're going to play with bridge and supported bridge. You decide where your blocks go. If you have blocks, blocks are not required. For supported bridge, you will need to put something under you. So if you don't have blocks, you want to grab a rolled up mat if you have an extra mat, pillows, folded blanket or towel, foam roller. If you do have blocks and you want to, you can put one between your knees in the middle position, like the one you had between your feet if you did that. Press into the soles of your feet. Inhale to lift your hips up. There's basic bridge. If you want to go deeper, opening your heart, wiggle your shoulder blades towards each other, clasp your hands under you, reach your knuckles towards your heels. Head stays on the ground, neck stays relaxed. If you're taking that bind, unclasp your hand, exhale slowly, let your hips down. And let's all explore moving up and down for a minute, each at our own pace. Inhale to go up and exhale to go down. Challenge yourself as much or as little as you like by varying the pace, reaching higher, repeating the bind, taking extra breath at the top or at the bottom. Next time you lower down, let's pause, and we'll play with floating bridge before we do our supported bridge. So if you're using blocks, you could hold a block between your hands a long way and rest it on your knees or on the block between your knees. And first, just the arm movement. We're going to add this to the movement of bridge. But first, just inhale, reach your arms up and back. Let your hands come down back here above where the top of your head is resting. Exhale, float your arms forward and down. So for floating bridge, we add that sweeping arm movement to the movement of the hips. Inhale, lift your hips, float your arms up and back. Exhale, lower your hips, float your arms forward and down. And here too, you can vary how high you go, how slowly you move. You can pause at the top for additional breath, or at the bottom, or both. Sometimes it's fun to pause for an extra breath at the top, and then again, one extra breath at the bottom. And next time you touch down, pause, and we'll set up our supported bridge. So we're not raising the arms now. Inhale, lift the hips up, put your block or other prop under your sacrum and come down to rest on your prop. And just let that support under you do all the work for a minute. Think of sending your breath there through the support holding you up at the sacrum. Press into the soles of your feet, inhaling, lift up off the support, remove it, exhale, slowly lower down. If you had a block between your knees, you can remove that block there. Now, if there's anybody with us that doesn't have blocks, you could grab your water bottle or any other object you can hold in one hand. We're going to play a little game with our block. It doesn't have to be a block in case you don't have blocks. It could be your phone, a paperback book, whatever. Reach your left leg up. So two different ways you could do this. You could keep the right foot planted here with the knee bent like I have, or to make it more challenging, extend the right leg down along the mat. And we're going to basically pass this block in circles. So pass the block behind your leg into your other hand, then reach your arms out and up overhead and pass it back to the other hand. So we're just going to make 10 circles, 20 passes, and then we're going to change direction. And Yanni and I, we're going to bang the blocks into each other every couple of turns because we're practicing together in a small space. And if you lose count, I'll tell you when I get to 10, and then you can change direction. That's my 6. Halfway there. Maybe you want to pass it faster and do more than my 10. I can't stop you. And let's change direction. And if you want, and neglected to say this, you can inhale as you raise the block up over your head and exhale as you pass it behind your leg. And there's 10. Let that leg down. Bring your hands by your hips. Just pause for a few breaths. And yes, I haven't done this out here before. It's a little comical how I'm sweeping my block through a plastic tablecloth and banging into a table leg. Yanni and I only banged into each other once there at the beginning, but I apologize for the extra sound effects as I'm contending with the furniture. That table is actually pushed off to the side as far as it'll go. It's not a big terrace. Draw your knees up, plant both feet, and reach your right leg up. And just like the other side, you decide you can keep the left foot planted and the knee bent like that, or if you want to challenge yourself more, extend the left leg down along the floor. Where's my block? There it is. Let's go. Pass the block behind your leg, pass the block overhead. If you do practice in a small space, I guess you're working on proprioception. It's a big fancy word. Awareness of your body in space and what's in the space around you. So as I get better at avoiding the tablecloth and the table, I'm tuning in to what I can't see over there. As he says that he hits the table leg. Still progress. Change direction. Maybe you lost count. That was 10 for me, I think. YouTubers, now they're going to rewind and count. Is that really 10? He's talking so much. How can he possibly be counting and talking? He's definitely not exhaling as often as he said because he's talking so much. Maybe the heat's getting to me. I'm getting sillier. I'm going to do 2 more. That was either 8 or 9. I did lose count. Let your leg down. Bring your hands down by your hips and just pause and rest there for a couple breaths. I'm going to grab a drink while you're pausing so I can keep talking. Draw your knees towards your chest, hug your knees, rock and roll, massage your back against the floor, using whatever movements feel best for you. moving my block out of the way. You don't want your blocks resting next to your legs while you go to do a twist. We're going to do deep twist today. So to start, plant your right foot, cross your left knee over your right knee, and reach your arms out to the side. Now, if you want, you could just let your legs fall to the right, turn your head to the left. For a deeper twist, draw your knees in towards you first, and then let them fall to the side. So you decide how deep it feels by where those knees are in relation to your torso. Try to keep your shoulder blades grounded. Let your breath bring you out. Slowly come back up to center and switch the cross of your leg. Right knee over left. And again, if you want, you could keep the foot on the ground, let the legs fall over, or draw your knees towards your chest, and then let your legs fall over. Bring everything back to center. Uncross your legs. Draw your knees towards your chest. Reach your feet up towards the sky. Reach your hands up, grab your legs or grab your feet. Play with bending and straightening your arms and legs. You can invert for as long as you like, and when you feel complete, make your way to your final resting pose. Maybe that's the traditional corpse pose, maybe it's something else. Your comfortable stillness, whatever that looks like. As you find your way there, your breath will slow down and get deeper without any special effort, just because you get quiet and still. You might focus simply on your breathing or reflect on an intention you set for your practice today, on something else of your choice, or on nothing in particular. Allow your mind to wander. Give yourself some deeper breaths. Let your body start to move around bit by little bit. Gradually let your movements grow bigger and bigger. Take your time. Move mindfully. When you're ready for bigger movements, gently sit yourself up. There's no rush. Stay lying down if you want. If you like, bring your hands up by your heart. Thank you all for sharing practice today. The light within me sees and honors that same light within each of you. Namaste. Have a wonderful day and a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.